Hi, everybody. Queen Crystal King in the building. And happy Labor Day. Hopefully, you had a good day. My day was pretty chilled. I was able to relax and was pretty indecisive about what I wanted to eat. But thank God, whatever it was that I wanted to eat, I was able to get it if that was something that I really wanted. The day after Sunday for me is just at night, it's kind of hard for me to sleep because you have to find a comfortable position. And even though it's been months since my surgery, if I lay a certain way, it's still painful. So once I finally get a position and I'm relaxed, thank goodness I don't have to jump up and, you know, chase kids or cook dinner and all that kind of stuff. I can kind of do it at my own pace. Hello, Gail. Happy Labor Day, love. Uh, I was hanging out in the VIP today, and me, Boss Lady, Watermelon Sugar, I saw Fresh Pressed Juice over there, Regina, Unfiltered Muffy. Let me see. Yeah, quite a few people was over there. If I didn't mention you, I apologize, but we had a really good live. And that's always a place I can go and relax and chill. So that was good for me. And believe it or not, I still haven't figured out what it was I wanted to eat. But I still have a little bit of time because I'm not really that hungry right now. How was your Labor Day, Gail? I'm kind of getting used to doing things at my own pace. I'm not a scheduled type of person. I try my best to be a scheduled type of person. I was there for a little bit. Oh, Gail. Okay, babe. You was over to the VIP as well? Okay, shout out to you. And it seems like I may plan to do something, but I never know how I'm going to feel when it comes time to actually doing it. So I say things like, I'll be there, Lord's will. I'll be there, if I'm up to it. I try not to put too much pressure on myself, but otherwise, I'm doing pretty good. Um, I feel stronger. I feel healthier. And I just have a different outlook on what I do and what I say and how I'm going to say it. I eat too much. Girl, so yesterday in my video, I was a little heated. I was a little disappointed and somewhat discouraged. But usually when I let it out and I talk about it, I feel a lot better. And I do. I feel a lot better. I said what I had to say. I wasn't trying to hurt anybody. I don't apologize for anything I said. And I don't apologize for the way that I said it. I'm just hoping that what I was trying to convey resonates with the people that I care about or people that I haven't even met yet. It is true. There are so many things that are available on YouTube, so many different channels you can visit. And once you visit the channel, you go in the chat and you start saying hello and you look at their commentary. It's like It's like a such a different point of view on things that maybe I only looked at one way. Um, sometimes, sometimes when you try things that are new, because you're used to the familiar, you kind of hesitate because you don't really know what's up. But what you've been doing seems so comfortable, you just stay there. And I do like being comfortable, but I also like being challenged as well. I appreciate the opinion of others. I try my best to make sure that I'm in a position to receive the opinion of others because sometimes if you're not approachable, nobody can tell you how they feel or nobody can give you a suggestion or help you along the way if you're not approachable. Now you can say if there's anything you need or if there's anything you want me to do or such and such, just let me know. People sometimes take that to heart and they really do come to you and say, yeah, I really do need XYZ. Then you got to hear that thrown back in your face. That's sad to me. Hold on for a second. I have to answer the phone. Thank you for being patient. Um, I try my best to be approachable. And it's like if there's something you want to say or something that you want to talk about, I'm usually open for that. I'm usually open for that. But please be prepared that if you ask me something, I'm going to take a deep breath and I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm going to tell you the truth. Oh, thank you, Gail. Thank you so much. So sometimes the truth is not always comfortable, or maybe you're not used to people telling you the truth. Maybe you're used to people agreeing with you all the time, even when you're lying. But I try to remove myself from them situations because if you know that something is a lie and you intertwine yourself with that, then you're complicit to that lie, especially when you know it's a lie. So I'm getting better with a lot of things. Auntie Crystal, put your cash app up. Oh, uh, oh, can you hear me, Gail? I kind of lost a little bit for a second. $, Queen Crystal King, all lowercase letters. I'm not where I can actually put something in the chat. So that's why I'm saying it to you. $, Queen Crystal King with all lowercase letters. I like to watch the Food Channel a lot because, you know, I can't really eat like they eat, but it's always interesting to see, you know, the different dishes and stuff that they come up with. So I do go over to different YouTube channels where they do recipes and stuff, and that's cool. But like I said, I really haven't decided what it was I want to eat yet. Who knows? I may end up ordering out. But I did want to talk about how I'm tolerating the new medicine that I'm taking. The new medicine that I'm taking is a chemo pill. And that puts me in a position where I don't have to get the infusions. So far I've been doing pretty good. Just a few minor things I noticed, but what I'm really noticing is my skin. Exactly, Gail. You got it, boo. You got it. Thank you, love. What I'm really noticing is my skin. I have to keep my skin extra lubricated, or at night I'll break out, and in the morning my face is all broke out. So I'm looking into seeing a dermatologist because maybe there's something that they can recommend or prescribe that I can use on my face. Because, I mean, let's face it, your face is not something that you want to be all scarred up and dry. I do use A&D. I put the A&D on my face. So if there's any broken skin anywhere, that will heal it up, and it still lubricates my skin. But I haven't had a lot of the side effects that I see, and so far my doctors are correct. They said to me that you can tolerate this medicine. We believe you can. And I started believing that I could. I was still a little skeptical, but I started believing that I could. And I really am. I'm tolerating it pretty well. So, Gail, what did you do today? Did you eat anything good? I'm glad I didn't have to do a bunch of barbecuing. I am so glad I didn't have to do a bunch of barbecuing. What did your doctor say about your skin? Um, I haven't made an appointment with the dermatologist yet, but I did talk to my doctor, and I said that, you know, I wake up and my face is broke out and it's very dry, and I have to make sure that I use a soap that doesn't dry out my face. Um, I also told her that I'm keeping it lubricated. Sometimes I'll just wash my face and just put Vaseline on it, because it kind of feels like it's chapped. It's not right now, it's not bumps, but it just feels like it's chapped, kind of leathery. And that's uncomfortable for me because, as you can see in my picture, that's not my original skin. That's my original skin in this picture. And to see the changes in my face and in my body and feeling the changes and stuff, it's kind of unsettling sometimes. But I am going to make an appointment with a dermatologist, so a specialist, will be able to determine what it is I need for my face. I don't want to, keep trying to figure it out myself. If there's something that I can get done for it, just going to the dermatologist and letting them look at it. Ugh. You have steak, cabbage, baked potato. Oh my gosh, I love cabbage. Oh, excuse me. I love cabbage. I can eat a whole pot of cabbage, but I'm going to pay for it if I do. I am definitely going to pay for it. I I was just nibbling today, but like I said, I haven't really cooked anything. I do have some shrimp in the freezer. I could steam them and make some garlic butter. I could eat some steamed shrimp. Or I had some chicken breasts, and I take the tenderizer, beat them up a little bit, and bread them, and have some breaded chicken breasts with some rice. And I slow cooked some black eyed peas last night with some smoked turkey. I may decide to do that, but then earlier today I was talking about spaghetti. So, you know, a lot of times around the holiday, you know, um, when you go to call Uber Eats and stuff like that, sometimes they have problems finding drivers because either they're out, or sometimes people just don't want to come to work. They want to stay home, and they want to chill. I get that. But that cabbage still, oh, that sounds so good. I wouldn't mind having some collard greens, some good old fashioned slow cooked collard greens. I used to make the greens and the beans and stuff like that with pork, but I don't use it as much. But I noticed that I'm using a lot of smoked turkey instead of pork. And wheat bread is really good to use instead of white. I may decide to just make breakfast. Paige, Crystal King, Gail, you are doing a fantastic job. Thank you. I appreciate you. And just thank you. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your help. Everything. Just thank you. Have you ever have you ever just wanted breakfast at an odd time? You know how they have diners that serve breakfast all day? I love stuff like that. What desserts do you like? I like cheesecake, strawberry, cherry, sweet potato. Mm, I don't care for the chocolate that much. Um, I like pie. I like cakes, but sometimes I don't really have much of a craving for the sweets as much as I do something salty or savory. I used to make scratch cookies, but there's this ice cream that I like, and I only buy it if it's on sale, and I mean that. It starts with a T. It's in a clear container, and it has a brown top. I can't think of the name of that ice cream. I know it when I see it, but they have this one flavor that two two flavors. One of them is a chocolate brownie, and the other one is caramel, salted caramel. Hey, Regina, how you doing, love? Thanks for coming by. Yeah, of course we talking about food again. Cause girl, I still haven't figured out what it is I'm going to eat. And I'm looking at this guy on the food channel, and he's making a apple pie from scratch. But one thing I cannot make is pie crust. I suck at pie crust. And when I told my mom I don't make good pie crust, she's like, I've always made my own pie crust. I thought y'all made your own pie crust. I'm like, nope, nope, can't do it. Hi, Deron. How are you? Yes, that's the name of it. I don't even know how to say it. Talentis? Talentis? Talenti? It is so good. If it's not on sale, that little ice cream is like almost $4. But when I catch them on sale, they're two something. It's good to see you, Deron. How was your Labor Day? I'm just so glad that this new medicine is not taking my appetite. I'm so glad. That alone, I'm grateful for. I only buy when on sale. You are absolutely right. You are absolutely right. Mm-mm. That ice cream is high, but it is good and it's rich. It's very rich, though. Hold on for a minute. Oh, yeah. Yes, very rich, restful, and yours. I chilled out in the VIP and figured I'd come over here and talk about the day after Sunday and just kick it with you guys. No particular subject. But I'm always trying to keep you guys abreast of how I'm doing physically. Um, I have someone that I talk to behind the scenes, and it's really good for me because, you know, that helps me reach out because I had decided I wasn't going to do that anymore. I was not going to do any behind the scenes telephone conversations due to a bad experience. But this is a good experience for me, and we talk about a lot of things, you know, as women, as mothers, as content creators, and just kicking it. I'm all about trying to simplify things. I don't like to complicate things, and I don't like things that are extremely complicated. So I end up tuning out with stuff like that. I do. I end up tuning out. I just had a call from my son, and I'm like, "Did you barbecue?" He says, "No." I'm like, "Damn." I don't even, hmm. Usually I'll smell some barbecue by now, but I don't think a lot of people really did much today. For some odd reason, after the holiday, I'll cook a big meal. But on Thanksgiving, I love Thanksgiving. I love Thanksgiving. That is that's my niche right there. I was hoping my son was gonna bring me over some barbecue. Then, like I said, I was looking on Uber Eats and they had some places, but I had never ate there before, so I didn't want to try nothing out the blue. Usually I can call my secret weapon and she'll bring me something by, but I didn't bother her today because I really didn't know what I wanted. Does anybody have that family member that makes that one special dish that you have to get a hold of? It's like they really don't do it on the norm. But when the holiday comes up, you have that to look forward to. Oh, Regina said most people barbecued yesterday. Okay. I look forward to my goddaughter's fried chicken. She makes the best fried chicken. Oh my gosh. Now I can fry chicken, but I can't make it like she makes it. My cousin's mac and cheese. All right. My grandmother made some bomb macaroni and cheese back in the day. And every holiday I look forward to getting her macaroni and cheese. My mom used to make this cake. I don't know whether she's made it since, but it's a yellow cake and she makes this lemon sauce that she pours over the layer, and then she puts coconut on it with cherries. And when the cake is still kind of warm, she does it when the cake is still kind of warm. And then after she gets finished putting the last amount of coconut on it, she'll wrap it up. And man, once you unwrap that cake and eat it, it's like it just kind of soaks, not all the way through, but it makes the cake even moister. And she hasn't made that cake in a long time, but I just thought about that when I was thinking about my grandma's macaroni and cheese. What about you, Gail? My sister's 7-Up cake. Oh my gosh, I haven't had 7-Up cake in so long. I have a feeling that this is going to be about food. I have a feeling that this is going to be about food. I have not had a 7-Up cake in so long. I see them in Save-A-Lot, though. I see them in Save-A-Lot. But can somebody tell me what a socket to me cake is? And what are the ingredients to a socket to me cake? I've heard that before, but I don't know. And another thing I've never tried is monkey bread. It's like when you take those little pieces of dough and you arrange it in the is it a funnel, the funnel cake pan, and you pour some type of like maybe brown sugar and butter mixture with nuts and stuff like that. I've never had monkey bread before, but I've always been interested in what a socket to me cake is. Hmm. Oh, I guess you guys don't know anything about a socket to me cake, huh? Scratch cakes are good, but I tried something that I normally wouldn't try because I don't like pumpkin. I don't like pumpkin at all. I don't like the way it smells. I don't like the pie or anything like that. But I tried some pumpkin ice cream from Ben and Jerry's, and it tastes just like sweet potato. It had it had graham cracker in it, and it was just really good. It was really good. And I was surprised that I liked it so much. And I went in the store and I went to look for it and I couldn't find it because some things are seasonal, you know? They only make it around certain times a year. You guys in the skybox, why don't you come on down and chat with us? I'd love to have you. Let me see. I remember like little quick desserts that I would make. Like if you take the crescent rolls and you just don't roll it up, just like flatten it out in a square and you take like a pie filling or something and you put it in there, and then you seal it and you bake it, and you brush it with butter, a little sugar, maybe a little cinnamon for the apple. That's a quick little dessert to make. My auntie German chocolate cake and pineapple cake. You know what? Remember when I was telling you guys about the cake? I forgot to say, it's the pineapple that she puts on there. It's been so long, but it's pineapple that she puts on there with the coconut and the cherries. Once you said pineapple cake, I just thought about that. It wasn't a lemon that she put in it. It was a pineapple. And she would make it on the stove with she'd flavor it up, and then she would put it on the layers of the cake and then put coconut and cherries. German chocolate cake. Is German chocolate cake really dark, and it kind of looks like it has nuts or something on it, but I don't think it's nuts. I've had German chocolate cake once or twice. Oh, but I love carrot cake. Now, somebody can make a mean carrot cake. That's great. Okay, Regina, I knew you was going to hook me up. Monkey bread is just a cinnamon bond with optional nuts in it. It can be eaten anytime as a treat or even a breakfast roll with coffee or tea. Because I've my daughter-in-law had said that the lady that was her godmother made some really good monkey bread. And I'm like, monkey bread? What the devil is monkey bread? And then I saw it in the grocery store where it was in the refrigerated part, and it just looked like little pieces of dough that were coated with like brown sugar, cinnamon, and stuff like that. Duran says I make a mean rum cake. Okay. Very potent. My director banned me from bringing it to work for an office party. The staff will be lit. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. A real ram and real rum, she probably meant to say. Is real rum in the cake, Duran? Well, if the cake was banned, they told her to stop bringing it. She said the staff was lit when they ate it. So, yeah, it was real rum, Gail. It was real rum. That's interesting. I love carrot cake. Yes, 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 yes. I do. I do love carrot cake. I used to like, well, I still do. A yellow cake with a chocolate icing. That's good. But I tell you what, hopefully sometime this week, I want to get a hold of a brownie, a fudge brownie. It doesn't have to have nuts in it, but I want to get a hold of a fudge brownie, and I want to eat it warm. Every now and then, I'll get that urge for something chocolate, sticky sweet, but it's not all the time since I had the surgery. At first, I wasn't tolerating sweets. But like I said, it was mainly like the salty and the savory. But at one time, I just could not get enough of scratch chocolate chip cookies. Man, oh man. Making my cookies and baking them myself. And like what I did was I wanted my grandkids to experience um making things from scratch, because they have a great mother and she works a lot. And a lot of times I had the time to do things from scratch and she really didn't. So it gave me that opportunity to show them, you use flour, you crack the eggs, you use butter, you use this. And my grandkids really did like doing things in the kitchen with me. One of my grandsons, he likes to make cinnamon rolls. And he went in the grocery store and he got like the roll of the refrigerated cinnamon rolls, and he would make them. And when they came out, the concentration on his face when he was putting the icing on it, it was like like he was creating a work of art. And I just loved it. I just loved it. He was like really into it. I saw some turkey burger up there in my freezer, and I was talking about some spaghetti earlier, but I may make some pork yolk. I don't know what I want to eat, but I know I got to eat before I take this medicine. I got to figure out something. Thank you, Gail. Thank you, love. Let me see. I like, what is it? What is it called when you have the vanilla pudding, the bananas, and the vanilla wafers? I know y'all know what I'm talking about. Pork yak. Y-A-K. It's actually like if you was to cut your pork up and you season it, um, you would make a gravy with the pork, and you would get linguine noodles. Linguine noodles. I have got to stop eating ice while I'm making these videos. Yeah, you get linguine noodles. They're the ones that are flat, and you put the linguine noodles in, and then you put the gravy and the pork over top of the linguine noodles. And sometimes you can like cut up raw onions on top of it with some soy sauce. Oh my gosh. Now that sounds like that might just happen. I was raised by a Southern girl who cooked from scratch and taught me you make nothing out of a box. Oh, ooh, I can't say that. I can't say that. Sometimes I do make things out of a box, but it's not, you know, I think I'll probably do more baking during the winter. Banana pudding, that's what it's called. And my girlfriend's husband, he he makes a good banana pudding. I haven't had that in a very long time. But it's like anytime, it doesn't have to be Thanksgiving. I can throw a turkey breast or a turkey in the oven and make some rice and some gravy and get some cranberry sauce and get me some honey wheat biscuits. I mean, I can eat that type of food anytime. It don't have to be a holiday. But I can't remember the last time I had ham. I can't remember. My mom and sister makes good banana pudding. Okay. Okay. But you know what I don't like? I don't like bread pudding. I don't like that. The bread pudding with the raisins and stuff like that. I don't care for that too much. Ugh! Deron said, yuck, banana pudding. Oh my gosh. But the only thing is you can't use those cheap cookies on it. Okay, Gina. You can't use those cheap cookies on it. You can't. Oh, when your mom was still alive. Okay. If you use those cheap vanilla wafers, it don't come out right. You got to use the straight up $4 box of vanilla wafers if you're going to make some banana pudding. You guys have really given me a lot to think about. A lot to think about. I'm going to go in there and I'm going to figure out which Bath and Body Works I'm going to come out in. I have a feeling it's going to be pear because I do love the smell of pear. And taking a nice hot bath and putting on some Smell Good and relaxing, that really does help me relax. You don't know what you missing, Deron. Oh, because Deron said that she don't like banana pudding. I like strawberry shortcake. I haven't had that in a very long time. But I don't like those dry dessert those dessert things. It looks like a little bowl, but it's these dessert things that you get. I don't like those. I don't like strawberry shortcake like that. Now, my dad's mom used to make strawberry shortcake with biscuits, and that was good. But I like strawberry shortcake with a pound cake. Well, Gail, we can't get fat by talking about food. We can't get fat by talking about desserts. So this is the only calorie-free way we can do this, girl. Ron said, I'll pass, Gail. I hate mayonnaise. I was going to make some potato salad today, and I use salad dressing. I don't use mayonnaise. And I don't put salad dressing or mayonnaise on my bread or nothing like that. I can't stand that. That is just horrible. But and I use sweet relish. I've made it with dill before, but I didn't like it as much as the sweet relish. And I have to put mustard in it. I have to, or I can't eat it. And my girlfriend would like it when I make potato salad for, because she does Easter. Every year she does Easter. So sometimes I will make her a big bowl of potato salad. But I have to put that mustard in there. I have to. What just passed through my mind was a hamburger with barbecue sauce on it. And maybe I'll feel like I've been somewhere. Oh gosh. Now I have a friend who lives in Florida. Her pork yak is very different from what I was telling her that I make. But you can actually make yak out of anything. You can make it with chicken. You can make it with turkey. Well, I'm not hamburger. You can make it with beef. And it's really good. But lately, I've been trying to get a decent pork yak from the Chinese shop. And they've been on the jazz. Like one Chinese shop I went to get some pork yak, and they had the oodles and noodles in it. I'm like, what is this? This is not pork yak. I can't eat cold potato salad. It has to be room temperature. Okay. Okay. I never heard of that. Hey, Boss Lane, New Jersey. How you doing, girl? Yeah, room temperature potato salad. That's the first I've heard of that, but I understand. I would always think that the potato salad would have to stay in the refrigerator so that, the ingredients would be cool. But that's one way of eating it. Oh, let me see. I love a good meatball sandwich. She said, I am so full. And we're over here talking about food, girl. We're over here talking about food. I know you had your boil from your Instapot, and I know it was good. I know it was good. But you know what I've never made from scratch, but I like it? Shepherd's pie. Isn't shepherd's pie like hamburger with like kind of like a gravy thickness to it? And then you have like vegetables like corn or peas, and then you put mashed potatoes on the top and you brown it. Oh, I've never made it from scratch, but I had started seeing people on the food channel that was making different versions of shepherd's pie. Mm, it looks so good. See, her talking about that boil that she made in her Instapot make me want to grab them shrimp that's down in the freezer and steam them. But girl, I ain't figured out what I want to eat yet. Hey, watermelon sugar. Girl, we still talking about food. I still haven't figured out what I want to eat. I think I decided on the pork yop. I think that's what I'll probably do. I'm glad you guys came over. But seriously, usually I'll smell a barbecue grill where they're out there cooking. I haven't smelled anything. Nobody, it's like nobody around here was barbecuing. And then Gina had made a comment and she said that a lot of people barbecued yesterday. That's cool. Oh, look at her. I can't stand it. Crab legs, potatoes, shrimp, eggs, and the homemade sauce. I forgot the corn. Oh, I ended up cooking meatloaf, deviled eggs, and steamed vegetables. That sounds good. I haven't made a meatloaf in a while. It's been a while since I made a meatloaf. Hmm. You ever just get the taste for just straight vegetables? Sometimes I'll go in there and just make some mashed potatoes and some butter and just eat some mashed potatoes. I just have that taste for it. But I love home fries. I love home fries. And when I go to the diner, I can't, I don't know, they just don't do it right for me. Like when my mom would make fish, fried potatoes, and applesauce, it's the way she would put those onions and stuff up in them potatoes and brown them. Oh, it was so good. You need meat. Does anybody eat kielbasa? I call it kielbasi, but I think you say it like kielbasa. Kielbasa. Man, almost every day last this week rather. Almost every day this week. Um, my dude has been making me breakfast. And I had the simplest breakfast, but it was so good. He made bacon and eggs, and I haven't had bacon for like a month or maybe 2 months. And when I was eating that bacon, I'm like, oh my God, this bacon tastes so good. Then the next day, he made me bacon and eggs again. I was happy with that. Beef, okay, you like beef and turkey. Okay. Sometimes meat sits too heavy on my stomach. I feel you. I feel you. Before I was able to eat, I would have to eat oatmeal almost every day, almost 3 times a day to have something in my stomach so I could take medicine. Now, the last thing I want is oatmeal. I do not want no oatmeal. I've had enough of oatmeal. But what I do like is some cheese grits. Some cheese grits is the bomb. Make some scrapple. I don't know if anybody knows what scrapple is. Make some scrapple. I don't like it too thick. But have some cheese grits and some fried potatoes. Oh my gosh. That's the bomb. And some buttered toast. I'm going to sleep after that. I can't fool with oatmeal because of the texture. Yeah, I ate it because I had to, and I did like oatmeal, but because I had to eat so much of it, I don't want any more. I don't want any more. Mm-mm. But I will tear me up some cheese grits though. Fried potatoes with onions and peppers. Oh, girl, the bomb, the bomb. Okay. Mm. You guys have really put some good ideas in my head. Some real good ideas. Let me see. I also used to like cinnamon applesauce or like the big chunky applesauce too. You said what you say? Grits is I can't. Happy Labor Day to you too, boss lady. Cream of wheat. Oh, whoever invented cream of wheat need to be whooped. I mean, whooped. Oh, that is horrible. Woo. Can't eat that. Can't eat no cream of wheat. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. And then people got their ways of making it. If I make it for you, you'll like it. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I won't. I won't do it. Liver? Mm-mm. No, 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 and no. I will not eat liver. Mm-mm. And it stinks. When you cook it, it stinks. Oh, I will not eat no liver. No way. Then you have people say, "Oh, I can make it taste just like steak and gravy and some sauteed onions." Not to me, you can't. Not to me. Can you eat sweet rice for breakfast with sausage and peppers? What is sweet rice? I never heard of that. Never heard of sweet rice. Does it mean you put sugar in it? My husband eats livers and gizzards. No liver, but when I used to live in a different part of Jersey, they were telling me, "Oh, we going to get some gizzards," and I'm like, "Some what?" They would say, gizzards, we going to get some gizzards. I'm like, what is a gizzard? The gizzard of the chicken. I'm like, oh my gosh. That was just sounded so repulsive to me. But when they came back from the Chinese shop with them gizzards and they were breaded with some ketchup and some hot sauce, oh man, that opened up a whole new world for me. Them gizzards was good. Just make your rice and add butter and brown sugar. Hmm, that's different. I hit a button by mistake. Did I hide somebody's comment? If I did, I apologize. Okay, I'll put the banner on. Okay. Yeah, I ended up hiding somebody's comment. Gail, my mother loved cream of wheat. I like wheat Tina. Can't do that one either. No, you good. Okay. Something it popped up on here that said that I hit a comment. It must have been the one that Gail had put up, and that's why I just went to the banner. It was your Cash App. Okay. What I did, Gail, was I remembered that I have a banner, and I went on and since I accidentally hid that, I put the banner on. But I thank you. Yeah, Wheat Tina, I couldn't do that. Couldn't do that one. I love link sausage. I love link sausages. It's like when my dude is here, if he'll go in and make him something to eat and he'll ask me, do I want some? So I was getting kind of spoiled with that. So like I'm sitting here trying to figure out what I wanted to eat. By now he would have went in there and made something and I'd be eating by now. But I want some chili. The best chili that I've had is Wawa's chili. Wawa's chili is so good. I love eating leftover spaghetti in the morning. I eat leftover spaghetti all day long. All day long. I also like ziti, but sometimes ziti is a little too heavy. Sometimes it's a little too heavy. I like lasagna, but I don't know how to make it. I don't know how to make lasagna. I watch people make it, but I don't know how to make it. So I end up getting the Stouffer's lasagna and put that tray in the oven. It gets better when it's left over. It does. It does. It gets better when it's left over. That's true. Yup. I don't like squash. I don't like squash. Zucchini. Mm-mm. Now, I eat zucchini bread. My grandmom used to make zucchini bread. Oh my gosh, that bread was so good. But to eat a zucchini, lasagna is basically like spaghetti, just built different. I agree. I agree. My girlfriend makes a nice lasagna, but yep, I will go and grab me a Stouffer's lasagna in a minute. Eat that bad boy for a couple of days. I can make that good. Oh, you make good lasagna? Okay, sounds good. I can't. What okra? What is okra? The okra that I saw looked like snot. It was ugh. It didn't smell right. It didn't look right. And then some people say you can fry okra. And I'm like, look, I'm country, but I ain't that damn country. I ain't that damn country. I'm sorry. Mm-mm. Whew, I ain't even trying to think about that. You know, you get that taste for something with like the spaghetti sauce and the cheese and the noodles. You know, that's when lasagna gets comes into play for me. No okra for me. I know that's right. Mm-mm. Nope. I just and that's one thing I loved about my mom. She never ever forced us to eat something that we did not like. She always made food that we liked. Always. You know, you have some people that'll put that nasty stuff on your plate and then they'll be like, eat it or you ain't gonna or you're gonna go hungry. Mm-mm. My mom would never do that. Nope. So I'm really glad of that. So I don't even have that in my DNA. That's why, you know, I try to talk to my grandkids or my kids. Like my oldest one, he's a very picky eater, like my grandson. But I never forced them to eat something that they didn't like. Girl, let me tell you a true story about my oldest son. Okay. Picture it. Somewhere in Jersey, 1994 or 5. I fried some chicken and I can't remember what I had for the sides. And I used to make this coffee cake. I would use a yellow cake mix and then I would take Bisquick and I would use the Bisquick with brown sugar, a pinch of salt, some cinnamon, a little nutmeg, and just for the crumble with some butter, but the butter had to be like frozen. So like when you smash it with the fork, it will come up crumbly. And I would bake these coffee cakes. My oldest son came in from playing, right? I said, it's time to eat. So we're sitting at the table and we're eating. And his little friend wanted to wait for him until he got finished eating. Girl, that little boy was like, that smelled good. My older son said, yeah, it is good. That's chicken? He said, yeah, that's chicken. That smells good. I would pay for that. And my son said, how much would you pay for it? And the boy said, 75 cents. I said, boy, I know you are not selling that chicken off your plate. You better turn around here and eat. I would make a coffee cake and I would come back and over half of it was gone. He done took it outside and sold it. I'm like, what is wrong with you? That boy was a hustler from way back. He took my doggone cake and cut it up and went outside and sold it. And they're saying to him, when you gonna get some more coffee cake, man? When you gonna get some more chicken? Oh my gosh. It was a compliment that he liked my food, but to sell your dinner off the plate, boy, that is a true story. I think about that sometimes when I eat chicken and I just bust out laughing. He sold his girl. The boy was sitting there eating dinner, and the little boy in the back was smelling the chicken and it looked good and it smelled good. I'd pay for something like that. How much would you pay? 75 cents? Yeah. I'm like, I know you are not selling your dinner off your plate. Ugh. He was always trying. Oh my gosh. He sold, he was selling the chicken off the plate and sold my coffee cake. He was saying, sell some dinners. Yes, he was. Yes, he was. Now, my youngest, he's not like that. When my youngest was in kindergarten, I think it was kindergarten, it was these little boys, little boy and a little girl that he played with. And I would have like a pantry, and I had all different types of snacks and stuff in it. And certain times a day, I would give him a snack, and he would go outside and he would eat his snack. And the little boy and the little girl always wanted a snack. So sometimes I give him one, and sometimes I didn't. Shoot, but I said, "You want to make some money for your piggy bank?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "Okay." So I bought a bunch of freeze pops. I put the freeze pops in the freezer, and I told him I made the freeze pops so cheap because I know that he wouldn't really want to sell it to him. He'd want to give it to him. So I said, these freeze pops are 10 cents. Now you go outside and you eat the freeze pop. And when the little kids see you eating freeze pops, they're going to ask you where you got it from. And you let them know that your mom is selling freeze pops for 10 cents. This boy went outside. He had one freeze pop. He sat out there for like about a couple of minutes. The little boy and the little girl came up. They asked him where he got his freeze pop from, just like I thought. He comes upstairs and says, Mom, Mom, hook them up. I said, what? He said, hook them up. They ain't got no money. Just give it to them. I said, how in the world are you going to make money for your piggy bank if you're just giving it away? Mom, just hook them up this time. Just hook them up. And they was getting hooked up all week. I said, nah, this boy, he ain't trying to do this. He ain't trying to do this. I'm just gonna let him and his little friends just buy enough for all of them. Because now my oldest son, he would have ate that freeze pop right in front of them. And if they didn't have 10 cents, they wouldn't get it. I think I sold dinners one time. Once, yeah, I sold dinners one time. It was such a hassle. Oh, the kitchen was hot. The air wasn't cutting through the heat. I had made fish and some greens and some mac and cheese and fried chicken and different stuff like that. It was just too hot. They was coming in and they was buying the dinners, but it just was too hot. I was like, I'm not doing this no more. This is crazy. Yes, he was a true hustler. Honestly, he was a true hustler. Mm, mm, mm. Now, my youngest one, now that he's older, you know, he's he does stuff, with like nonprofits and stuff like that. So he kind of carried that into his adulthood. And that's the one that I told you when he came back from New York, helping with the COVID-19. He took his money and he bought a bunch of roller skates. And there was like an abandoned park that a lot of people, they just left abandoned. And he came and, they cleaned it up and they worked with the city and, they named it from his LLC, Skate University, and kids could come in for free. And that's something that he would do because he's done that ever since he was little. He didn't like taking nothing from nobody. He always wanted to give you. But my oldest son, he ain't giving you nothing. You better know it. You ain't got no bank. You don't get no yank. And that's it. You don't like it? Nuck if you buck. That's how that went. So the little kids and the adults could come in and they didn't have to have money. And because he bought all these pairs of skates, they would just go in and get a pair of skates and roller skate. And it was a really good thing because like the kids were you couldn't really go outside, that's when everything was at the height, and you really wasn't able to have that child care that you was used to doing when you had to go to work and things like that. So that seems to be his niche. And he ended up doing it as an adult. He'll give me something. My oldest will give me something. But that boy is tight. Been tight all his life. Can you freaking imagine your parents cook you dinner and you're going to turn around and sell a piece of chicken off the plate in the middle of dinner? That still messes with me. That still messes with me. So boss lady was over there with her boil. That still sound good. Oh my goodness. I like fried shrimp, but I like the butterfly shrimp. I don't I used to get like the shrimp in the basket until they just started making it cheesy. Money management is a plus. He had the right concept. He's still doing it to this day. Still doing it to this day. Still doing it. Yeah, I love butterfly shrimp. I don't know if I have some down there in the freezer or not. But I have got to eat something. I've got to. Because I've just been nibbling. But all this talk about carrot cake and banana pudding and all those, oh my gosh. I just feel so normal now that I'm talking about all these different things to eat because I used to look at food and just cry. I would be afraid of food because I couldn't really swallow it like I needed to and it would hurt. So now I can just eat and I'm cool. Hey, Auntie Crystal, I'm going to have to leave. See you all later. Love you. Thank you, doll baby. Thank you for coming by. I appreciate you. You have a good night. Watermelon, you still here? Lord only knows where Fresh Press is at. No, I have not eaten. No, I have not. Because I couldn't figure out what it was I wanted to eat. I had like a couple pieces of sausage patty on some bread, and that was it. That was it. I haven't eaten anything else, and I'm starting to get hungry. So I'm gonna have to go out there and do something. But yeah, guys, I appreciate y'all hanging out with me tonight. It wasn't really any particular subject or anything I was talking about. We was just talking in general. But it's always cool when you guys come over and chill with me. That's been a long time. It has. And I know I'm wrong. I know I'm wrong. I know you're going to tell me about myself. I know I'm wrong. I am dead wrong for waiting this long to eat. I am. But I'm going to take care of it as soon as I get off of this live. I will. And I will let you know what I ate. I definitely will. I know better. And I'm just talking about all this different food, sitting here knowing I got to go in there and make me something to eat. Okay, everybody. You guys have a good night. Thanks again for coming over. And hopefully I'll see you in the next video. Love, peace, and chicken grease.